Morning, my name's Andy Holyland. I am the Regional Innovation Manager for Offshore Renewable Energy Catapult, focused on the East Anglia region. My role is working collaboratively with the new Anglia Local Enterprise Partnership, and the role in the region is to build on the regional presence for Offshore Renewable Energy Catapult, focus on working with the industry, different sectors, the supply chain, academics, and forming that link between research, innovation, academia, and businesses. One of the primary focuses is looking at the regional strengths of the area, and East Anglia is fastly becoming the UK's clean growth region. The region is at the forefront of tackling the challenges and opportunities of climate change. Regional strengths in the energy generation and usage present major opportunities. In particular, the cross-sector opportunities will deliver a major contribution to the UK's transition to post-carbon economy. And I'll cover a bit more about that in a little while. The region's local industrial strategy has three key themes. The first one being clean energy. The Norfolk and Suffolk and East Anglia region, arguably at the epicenter of the world's largest market for offshore wind. The only place in the UK where all forms of energy generation exist, with the exception of a few. This region has the capacity to deliver 50% of the original 30 gigawatt target of offshore wind by 2030. The other area the industrial strategy is focusing on is agri-food. Being a very flat region and lots of farmland, and it also has advanced and nationally significant agri-food and drink sector with globally renowned companies. World-leading research base at the Norwich Research Park and at the forefront of global food and health research. The final focus area is ICT and creative digital. Advanced and nationally significant centres of research and development for innovation and communications technology. A fast-growing digital creative hub with an international reputation. The most notable one is BT's Global Research Park in Ipswich on Adastral Park. So, as I said before, one of the key priorities for my role in the region is to recognise and build on those regional strengths. And one of those strengths is the diverse energy mix. So not only, as we've mentioned, around offshore wind, but within the region, there is also, and across the southern North Sea, a big gas presence. So within North Norfolk, we have the Bacton Gas Terminal. It's a hydrocarbon gas processing plant of strategic national importance, supplying 1/3 of the UK's gas supply, as well as importing and exporting gas over to Europe. Across the region, there are numerous biomass energy plants, and one of those is a 173 million renewable energy plant burning straw and wood chips. This is currently generating 44 megawatts of electricity every hour, which is enough to supply approximately 82,000 homes. Again, adding to that diverse energy mix is a wide portfolio of solar farms. There is currently in the pipeline a proposed development to create an energy farm that will deliver up to 500 megawatts of renewable energy. This in turn would be enough to supply 100,000 homes alone. So when you couple those sort of three areas, gas, biomass, solar, with the addition of offshore wind, onshore wind, nuclear, it starts to really paint a picture of that diverse energy mix across the region. Just to put that into a little bit more context with regards to some facts and figures, there's a recent commissioned survey incorporating data from the Glennagan database, which has identified 1,600 approved and planned infrastructure projects between 2020 and 2035 across Norfolk and Suffolk. These significant infrastructure projects are forecasted to invest in and around £35.5 billion into the region. National Grid are just announcing their next phase of redevelopment activity. So there's a huge potential to work with the gas sector in additional technology, innovation, decarbonisation and transitioning to a more renewable future. So taking all those into account, the planned investment in offshore wind and nuclear power over the coming years is looking to produce in this region around about 58% of the UK homes requirement for energy generation. So as I mentioned, I'll talk a bit more around the sort of cross-sector opportunities of the region, and building on that regional strength of a diverse energy mix. There's a good opportunity across the region to look at that cross-sector opportunity, but also bringing in the opportunities around the onshore infrastructure and ensuring that the onshore infrastructure has the capacity to meet the offshore production over the coming years. If we can look to collaborate and build on that cross-sector activity and couple sectors around offshore energy production, as well as supporting the onshore infrastructure, and also looking to work with the end user and the consumers around how energy is consumed and used, I think we'll be in a good position to significantly contribute to the UK's movement towards the net zero future.